Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today, we're answering your questions. In today's question, I've gotten a lot, but I don't believe I've ever really answered it. It's what are the best and worst minor league stadiums that I was able to play in? And you know, a lot of times with YouTube, like people that have YouTube channels will like write out a script. They might even read it off like a little teleprompter. They'll have notes. You know what? Or they might even actually just think about what they're going to say before they press play on their camera. Well, I didn't do that today. And I didn't do it for a reason. Sometimes I don't do it just because I don't do it. But today I didn't do it for a reason. Because I don't want to go back and think about all the bad stadiums and the good stadiums. I just want to sit here. I want to turn the camera on. And I just want those horrible memories to just kind of rush back to me. And all the good ones rush back to me as well. And if I think about it, well, I just think that'll come more naturally if I just think about, okay, where did I freaking hate? What stadiums did I hate? And they're starting to come to me right now, okay? So let's talk about it. The first one that I didn't even go to, thank God I got called up, was Bakersfield. I'm going to start off with Bakersfield and Bakersfield, California, the California League, okay? Because I heard that was atrocious. I heard that was the worst place in all of minor league baseball. If you've played there, let me know. If you're from Bakersfield, I'm sorry, but I just heard it was horrendous, okay? So let's start out with that. Thank God I didn't have to go to that forsaken place. Okay, so we got that one out of the way. Now let's start thinking about some other bad ones, okay? Lancaster, California. Sorry, California, but Lancaster comes to mind immediately. That place, first of all, it's like a wind tunnel. The wind blows 4,000 miles an hour, and you're in the desert, like the complete desert, and like it's just, the stadium is just blah, and it's probably blah because the wind blows so hard. It's like, it's a struggle mentally to get through that game because one, my hat blew off my head about 400 times because it's so windy and you have to chase your hat around. Everyone, all they do the whole game is they just chase their hats around. Like you literally have to staple your hat to your head to keep it on because the wind is so bad. And the town is just, there's just nothing there. And the hotel, the hotel's terrible. And I just remember getting off the bus every time and being like, well, this is going to be a miserable experience. The only good thing is I'm probably going to get 8 hits because the wind blows out like 400 miles an hour. And I went 6 for 8 one game there. If you don't believe me, type in Google, man, Antonelli 6 for 8 against Lancaster. You'll see it. We won 30-0. That's a real score, okay? So Lancaster, California, that stadium was terrible. Visalia, that's in California too. Golly jeepers, sorry again, all you California people. If you want to be in California, go to the coast, okay? All these places are more inland. I'm sure it's fine in other parts of inland California, but not in Visalia. So Visalia, another one. I remember the clubhouse. I don't even know if you could call it a clubhouse. It felt more like a shed for a grown team. It was disgusting. It was just terrible. I actually remember one of my buddies played there, and one year they had an active shooter near the stadium, which is nothing to joke about. But they couldn't play in the game. They had the game suspended because of that. So a lot of crazy things happened in Visalia that I'd rather forget. So those are some horrible ones. Let's exit the California League for a minute because I feel really bad that I keep naming all these horrible places in California. Let's go to some other leagues now. Let's see. In short season, I talked about Eugene. So the atmosphere at that Eugene Stadium was great. It was an old stadium, but it filled up with a lot of people. Now, the amenities there were terrible. Like our batting cage had mulch it was like a half batting cage. You hit off a mulch. Never done that before. The bathrooms were gross. The clubhouse was gross. But like at least the atmosphere at the game was pretty good. So I'm not going to put that in the great. It's not one of the best, but it's probably not one of the worst. Okay. And other than that, it's a short season, so you don't really remember much about that league. So I'm not going to add any other ones from that league in there. The Midwest League was the next one, low A ball. And again, I was only there for a few months, so we won't talk about that. Let's go to some of the better ones for a second since we're going league to league. I always enjoyed Lake Elsinore. I played at Lake Elsinore for the Storm. And great stadium, great amenities. Like they took care of us. It was fun to play at. A lot of in-game entertainment. Thunder, I believe that was his name, Thunder, big green, like a guy that he'd come out the Thunderstruck on like his little four-wheeler thing. Like that was a really fun atmosphere. So I'm going to put Lake Elsinore as one of my favorite places to play, especially in that league. I know it's my home park, but I like playing there. Okay, let's move up now to AA. When we go to AA, the best places in AA that I enjoyed playing was probably Frisco. Frisco had a great place. It was like a lot of people there. It was a nice new stadium. The food was amazing. They used to get us Chick-fil-A all the time. Imagine having after the game, having an endless spread of Chick-fil-A. Like you could literally just go take 4,000 nuggets if you wanted to. And I don't care what you say, but Chick-fil-A waffle fries are the best fries in the world. And you put it in barbecue sauce, unbelievable. What's your favorite fry? Put it in the comment section below. McDonald's has great fries as well, but nothing beats Chick-fil-A waffle fries, okay? Again, I don't care what you're gonna tell me. All right, I do like Five Guys fries as well. They're so greasy, they're good. And I also like how usually, although some of them are getting kind of cheap, they'll put the fries in like the container and then they'll keep dumping it in the bag. So you'll have your container, but then when you're all done, you're like, oh man, the fries are gone. Then you look in the bag and there's 1,000 more fries. It's fantastic when that happens. Anyway, so imagine eating all of that. Like that's why Frisco was awesome. Other than that, in that league, there were other fine places. I mean, Corpus Christi was kind of like a cool little atmosphere, a cool place. But no other ones really stood out. Midland was but I think that was pretty much it. Now, let's go to AAA for a minute, okay? Eugene was a great place to, or Eugene, Portland was a great place to play because the stadium was really cool. And like, you know, you're right downtown and you're kind of like sunken down low. And so it's really cool. And it's a big stadium. It's actually made for soccer, but it still felt kind of cool. The only thing I didn't like about Portland is that the home crowd seemed to always not really cheer for us. That was the first time I was like, hello, like you're supposed to cheer for us. And a lot of people would yell at me all the time, maybe because I was hitting like 170. A lot of people would be like, kid can't even hit his weight. Which was true, but like, I'm like, I'm on the home team, guys. So a nice ballpark. Just and one of the bigger clubhouses that I had up to that point, just the fans, they didn't like me very much. Other crappy and great stadiums in that league. Let's see, Fresno, California. I was never a real big fan of going to Fresno. That wasn't a very good spot. We used to have to walk from the hotel to the stadium. It was a long walk, and you know, the stadium was just kind of like, whatever again. So wasn't a huge fan of that. Other ones in that league that stood out, you know, we used to play at in Omaha before they built like the new Rosenblatt Stadium. Is that what it is? The old one, that place kind of stunk. It was just old. Like the dugout or the clubhouse was like a dungeon. I remember it was like a gross dungeon, and they served us mac and cheese that I think was made like 12 years prior. And literally, like, I think they threw in like leather soles to like spice the mac and cheese up because it was disgusting. Okay, that's what I remember about that place. But it was a dungeon, and it wasn't a very good place. Other than that, there wasn't anything there that I loved or I hated. Oklahoma City was a nice park, nice big park. So I'd have to put Oklahoma City actually up there as one of the. That was a really nice park that I enjoyed playing at. Let's go to some other leagues. Let's go to the International League for a minute. So Syracuse. I spent a lot of time in Syracuse. It's an okay stadium. It wasn't terrible. But the worst part about Syracuse is that no one came to the games. Like literally, like we're in a AAA team that's one step away from the big leagues, and there'd be like 6 people in the crowd. Like literally 6. Okay, and 4 of them were sleeping. Right, and the other 2, one of them was the guy, what was his name? I forget his name, but he screamed at us. He hated the home team. He hated us. And so let me take this back. He hated us for a long time, and then the rumor was they gave him season tickets and said, we'll give you season tickets if you stop yelling at the home team and yell at the away team. So, but the worst part was there was only 6 people in the crowd. 4 were sleeping, 2 were awake, and he was one of them that was awake. And he didn't shut up. He didn't shut up the whole game. And literally the whole game, you could just hear him screaming. And he screamed every pitch. And everybody wanted to just kill this man. And it made it a really poor experience having to listen to him. Imagine having dead silence and then just having one guy not shut up for 3 hours a night. I'm sorry if you're watching this, sir, but it was annoying. So that was not a great experience. Other good places in that league, let's see. Gwinnett was a nice place to play. I always like to go to Gwinnett. They did a good job. Nice scoreboard. A small clubhouse, but decent job there. Nice stadium. Yeah, Gwinnett was nice. Oh, playing the Louisville Bats. I love playing the Louisville Bats. It was nice stadium. A lot of people there. Cool little city. That was a good one. That one just popped into my mind. Some other bad ones. Buffalo Stadium wasn't bad. That's AAA. Buffalo wasn't bad, but there weren't a whole lot of people there. It was freezing, okay? Let's just cut to the chase. It was freaking freezing, and there wasn't a whole lot going on in Buffalo. The tough part about that league is Buffalo was freezing, like Syracuse was freezing. Even Rochester was like, it was okay, but it was kind of cold. So all those places are really, really cold. Pawtucket was, I got released twice in Pawtucket. Not a very good atmosphere. Really good atmosphere because those people there really like the Red Sox, so good atmosphere. Not a bad, you know what? It wasn't a bad place. I think I just have bad feelings about it because I got released 2 times there. But it was a nice stadium. Other ones that come to mind, let's see. Oh, I forgot Sacramento. Sacramento comes to mind because they had fantastic food. They used to give us like nice steaks and like these big personal baked potatoes and all kinds of stuff. And the stadium wasn't bad. It was a nice stadium, decent crowds. So that wasn't bad at all. I'm trying to think, what other leagues did I play in? I played in so many different leagues. I guess the bottom line, let's end it with this since I've kind of gone good and bad. The worst has probably got to be Bakersfield just based on what I heard. And then after Bakersfield, probably Lancaster. Lancaster probably takes the cake. I didn't put High Desert in there either. High Desert was kind of bad, but the ball flew. Let's say Lancaster was the worst that I had been to. And then the best that I had been to, I don't know why I have this special place in my heart for Frisco. There's something about Frisco that I really loved. I felt like the fans there were they were fair fans. Like they didn't boo the away team. They just appreciated good baseball. And I really think it was the waffle fries that probably did it for me too. Man, those waffles. You know what? I think I'm going to go get some Chick-fil-A for dinner tonight. I'm going to go ask Laura if she wants some. So those are some of the best and the worst that I was able to play at. There's probably a lot more that I'm forgetting, but we can't go through every single stadium. If you've been to a stadium that's better or worse than the ones that I've named, put in the comment section below. I'd be very interested to hear. That's all we have. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. All the good stuff. We'll talk to you later. If you've enjoyed this video and want to learn more about building the elite swing, check out our new course. We have over 2 hours of content, almost 30 hitting drills. We break down the exact mechanics that you're going to want to implement into your swing. I've put the link in the description if you want to go check it out.